Hey there, loyal viewers. This is Anthony Avina with On Request Magazine, and welcome to the Weekly Riff. This week we have a review for the brand new Amazing Spider-Man 2. We have previews of a couple of Fox shows, which I'll explain in a bit, and some reviews of some shows. We just recently covered a concert for a couple of hard rock to pop punk bands that I think you guys will really enjoy, so I'll do a review of that. And a new trailer for Call of Duty came out with a big surprise. So here is this week's Weekly Riff. First topic of discussion is the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Went and saw it opening day. The film was phenomenal. If I was to use a pun, it was amazing. Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, just a great casting choice. Really embodies the spirit of Spider-Man, I think. I loved the Tobey Maguire movies, but the one thing I did miss was that I kind of skipped over the first few years of high school Spider-Man, and that's what we got in these first two movies. We saw the first movie grow the teenage Peter Parker into Spider-Man. In the second film, we saw him, trying to struggle to come to terms with some of his past, with some of the things that he experienced through his life. Still struggling to put aside that teenage boy who was hurt and become the man, the hero that the city and the world needs him to be. And I think Andrew Garfield really represented that very well. Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy was amazing. Just such a strong character. Really held her own. And it was a great match with Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. And the film itself really followed the comics greatly. Dane DeHaan as Harry Osborn was awesome. There was an interesting twist I didn't see coming to the Osborn saga, but I'm not going to. This is a spoiler-free review. There are some twists to the story that weren't in the original, but the story itself did follow a great deal of the comics, almost to the T. Jamie Foxx as Electro was awesome. I've seen some reviewers say that they liken his character to Jim Carrey in The Riddler, but there was nothing goofy to me about Jamie Foxx's Electro. I mean, yeah, there's some puns, but it's a Spider-Man comic book movie. It wouldn't be a Spider-Man movie if there weren't some puns here and there. Overall, Jamie Foxx's Electro was not just powerful, but disturbing and, sad at the same time, and it was such a great thing to see, the struggle to overcome this powerful foe. How do you defeat a man who actually becomes living electricity? It's that's quite a feat to overcome, while still struggling to find out what really happened to your parents when they disappeared years ago, and trying to deal with keeping his promise to Gwen Stacy's father, who was played by the great Dennis Leary in the first film. Whatchamacallit? Yeah. The film was phenomenal. Really enjoyed it. And I definitely think everyone should go see this movie. It's another great superhero film. That and Captain America 2 are really sealing the deal as far as this being a great year for the superhero genre. Fantastic acting, some great plot twists, some great alluding to future films. I gave it a big thumbs up. This is a must-see film this year, so make sure you guys go check out The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is in theaters now. Now, on to some pretty big news. Recently, the magazine was given access to Fox's screening room, which means that, given some login information, we get to preview Fox shows before they are released. And we tried it out, and we actually watched The Mindy Project and New Girl, the season finales. And it was really some great stuff. Because of their previews, I don't want to give anything away, plot-wise. But I will say they were filled with the same humor that we've all come to know and love from both shows. I think both Mindy Kaling and Max Greenfield on their respective shows probably was the highlight of the finales. Some amazing jokes. I mean, they were phenomenal. Well, you can find written previews and written reviews later this week, closer to when the show finales are happening. We're probably going to be doing a preview of Fox shows more often now. 24 premieres on Monday, and we're probably going to try watching that this weekend, which I'm looking forward to. There's also a new show coming out soon called Gang Related, which looks like it's going to be really good. And future shows like Family Guy, and when The Following comes back, we'll have that. I mean, this really cool thing to preview, and I can't wait for you guys to experience our previews in the future. Story-wise, can't say much, but the Mindy Project and New Girl did a phenomenal job kind of calling attention to the storylines they've been developing towards the end of their seasons. In one show, there will be closure. In another show, it's open-ended. It's up to you to decide. And I think both shows did a fantastic job wrapping up their season. Both endings really made you eager and hungry for the next season, and can't wait to watch them. These are these are must-watch events. So make sure you tune in on Tuesday, May 6th? Yeah, May 6th. To check out the season finales of New Girl and the Mindy Project, and stay to the end of each episode, because you don't want to miss a second of it. It was some great finales. Now on to reviews. Arrow, first of all. Arrow is getting so good. I can't believe how good it's getting. This episode saw the fallout from the previous week, which is spoiler alert if you're behind, so don't watch. Moira Queen was murdered in front of Oliver and Thea by Slade Wilson. It was revealed to both Moira and Thea before Moira died that Slade knew Oliver on the island. Oliver is plunging into darkness, obviously blaming himself for his mother's death, and is ready to surrender himself to Slade Wilson. And here's the big spoiler, for those of you who don't want to know. In order to save Oliver from pretty much suicide by Slade Wilson, Diggle and Felicity drug Oliver, and when he wakes up, he sees Laurel in the little hideout they have. And Laurel reveals that she's known for a while now that he's the Arrow, because Slade Wilson told her so. And with Laurel's help, he realizes that he's the man who is going to stop Slade Wilson. He's the one who can save the city from Slade's army. And because of her and her father uncovering some evidence, they now have proof that Sebastian Blood, who just was elected mayor thanks to Slade killing Moira, they know that Blood is now the Skull Mask guy. who's helping Slade Wilson build his army. So the episode is just filled with great confrontations, some great plot twists, and it ends with like a huge bang. You can't even imagine how many plot twists and cliffhangers. That's the word I was looking for. There's so many cliffhangers at the end of this episode that you'll be dying to watch the next one. There's only 2 episodes left this season. I don't know how they're going to have one after this next one. Things are going to get pretty crazy in here. So, make sure you check it out. Arrow's the second to last episode is this Wednesday. City of Blood, big thumbs up. Great episode. The following finale was last Monday. And it was phenomenal. Really a surprise ending. I was expecting just bodies upon bodies, just cutting the main cast in half after everything that's been leading up to this finale. But really there's not as many deaths as you would think. I'm not going to spoil who may have died, but it's not nearly as many people as you may have thought. There's a great, satisfying ending to Ryan Hardy's journey this season. By the end of it, he comes to some sort of calm realization. There's a new romance that blooms. There's surprise twists to Joe Carroll's saga. We finally find out what Claire's ultimate fate is. And there's a surprise ending that shows a mystery man picking up certain people that we're left to wonder who that is until next season. So some great plot development. I loved the twists in Joe's vendetta against the world, where he attacked religion. It was such a huge thing. That's something I think a lot of people will get scared of, especially religious people, is what happens when a madman attacks your religion and calls things into question. It's a scary thought. So I think the following did a fantastic job this year. I loved the new villains they introduced, and I loved the whole journey. It was really great. So I can't wait for season 3 next year. The Voice. 2 people were eliminated. Spoiler alert. Bria Kelly from Team Usher and Tess from Shakira's team were both eliminated this week, which leaves only one person on Usher and Shakira's team. Adam and Blake still have their 3. The third person in the bottom 3 was a very big surprise, and that was Kat from Team Adam. She was phenomenal. I think Team Adam's got the best team, in my opinion. If another team was going to win besides Team Adam, I would pick Josh from Team Usher. Or if there's a Blake team member to win, it would be Cassandra. She's really good too. But I was very surprised that Kat was in the bottom 3, because she did a very wonderful rendition. I sound country. Why? There was a great rendition of Landslide that she did, and it was phenomenal. So very surprised that she was in the bottom 3. I hope she bounces back strong next week. One of my favorites, Christina Grimmie, was safe this week, and I'd really love to see her win. That'd be really cool to see. So that was The Voice. And Once Upon a Time. I don't think we've ever done a review of Once Upon a Time. One of our favorite ABC shows. Wonderful job this week. Great story, a really great plot twist. We found out who was responsible and why for the new curse, where everyone's memories were wiped and everyone was brought back from the fairy tale world to this world. It was really cool to see. Memories were brought back. There was a great plot twist in the Prince Charming Snow White saga that no one saw coming. But I love their romance. I love seeing a show that sticks with a relationship through and through to the whole show. To see them love each other so deeply, this kind of brings hope, you know. I think there's a lot of people in this world who hope they find that someone that makes them feel like they're in a fairy tale relationship, you know. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of that in this world. But you know, when you see something like that, I think that gives people hope. So, Once Upon a Time is doing a great job with that storyline. They're really fleshing out Regina's character, who is the evil queen on the show. They're really, you know, bringing more depth to her character and giving her own romance, and it's really cool to see. Of course, one of my personal favorites on the show is Robert Carlyle, who plays Mr. Gold, or Rumpelstiltskin, in Once Upon a Time. I've always been a big fan of his. I loved him on Stargate Universe, and I think his acting is just top-notch, superb. Definitely a must-watch actor. So, that's this week's TV reviews. Concert review. We went and saw The Rare. We saw The Rare and another band that we were friends with, Tonight Shall Rise, perform. They performed at a local venue near us called Gators, and it was a great crowd. A lot of people were cheering, standing up. It was a really kick-ass show. Some great music. Tonight Shall Rise was phenomenal. Their sound overall was just so collective and unique, and you know, the vocals were amazing. You know, I love the switchback between, you know, a beautiful melody to some, you know, in-your-face screaming, you know, and it brings the emotion to a song, I think. So Tonight Shall Rise really kicked ass, and The Rare, of course, was phenomenal. Really happy to see the turnout that they had. Some great support. A lot of people screaming for The Rare and cheering, and it was a great set. They performed a lot of songs from their album In the Dark. Opened up the show really well with their hit single Vegas Valentine. It was a kick-ass show, and if you want to see footage from the show, head over to my personal channel, where my vlog on yesterday, which is May 2nd. You can see footage from the show, and it was really great. So make sure you guys go check it out. Check out The Rare on YouTube. Just search The Rare Music. Also look for Tonight Shall Rise or TSR. Great performers. I love their vocals, their music. It's great music. So go check out the bands. It was a great concert. I give it a 10 out of 10 performance-wise. Final little announcement for gaming. First of all, you can find our Nintendo News Roundup on our website, or on it's on our website. Check it out. I just put up a new edition of the Nintendo News Roundup. But Call of Duty revealed their brand new game coming out. It's called Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. And the big surprise I thought was really cool was that Kevin Spacey is going to be playing the villain in this game. He was narrating the entire trailer, and you saw his character in action. A very big political figure. very dark political figure, which is really refreshing, especially if you're a fan of his overall, but also of House of Cards. Very true to that same personality, and really great to see. I can't wait for this game to come out. Make sure you go check out the trailer. Just search Call of Duty Advanced Warfare or just Call of Duty, and it's going to come up. It's everywhere right now. I can't wait to see more gameplay footage and more about what the story is going to entail. Make sure to look for that coming to shelves soon. And that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the weekly riff. Question of the day. Have you guys seen The Amazing Spider-Man 2? And if so, what did you think? If you haven't seen this Amazing Spider-Man 2, are you going to? And what are you looking forward to seeing in the film? Please leave those comments down below. Please like this video, comment on it, favorite it, and share it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also check out our other links to our website, our my personal YouTube channel, the old Rock on Request YouTube channel, where you can still find podcasts and interviews and stuff on there, and more. Make sure you check us out, guys. And I will see you for the YouTube roundup and next week's weekly riff. Alright? Thank you guys for watching. This is Anthony Avina with On Request Magazine, signing off.